Good evening to my gentle viewing audience. Jermaine Shane Black coming back after another hiatus. Though it's not really been a hiatus since I've just been working my black ass off. But I keep seeing shit and I keep talking about shit, and I've got unreleased videos that I'll probably release as time goes on in the next couple of weeks. Just because I made the video, but I got so busy I never got a chance to upload. But when I saw this story come across, or it's one story, but a series of videos. So you're going to have 5 different videos coming at your ass, which explains the length of my video as I've compiled them. I'm going to do a little short commentary after each. So let's get started, just so that we don't make it go too long. I have to get the teleprompter down here, just so I can make sure I keep the story straight. Now, 12-year-old Savannah Taylor caught my eye. And actually, fuck you, because I don't mean that way, bitch. Talk about the story involving her caught my eye. And this has to do with those 2 individuals who stole items down there in Arizona and had the police pull guns on them. I believe it was Phoenix, Arizona, but I know their names were Drayvon Ames and Aisha Harper. But they called a community meeting on June 19th down there in fucking Phoenix or wherever the hell that was. And 12-year-old Savannah Taylor got up to speak. Now, I'll just let you hear what she said and I'll tell you what was cut off. Let's get right into this video clip here.
Kids went through is unbelievable. And right now, I'm not on the side of anybody or whether Chief Williams is being fired or not. I don't care. I just care that those officers who did that are taken care of. What they did was wrong and can never be justified by anyone. So can you guys all imagine you guys as little kids doing that with your parents and then being pulled over by a police officer with guns pointed at your face? And you're worried whether you're going to lose your life that day or not. It's sickening and it's sad. I'm shaking right now because I can't imagine that being happening to me or my brother. So what happened to them? Those police officers have to be taken care of. Something has to be done so that this never happens again. Raise your hand if you agree with me. I see a lot of hands. I see a lot of hands. Thank you.
There you go. Now, the portion that was cut off, which was in the article, was when Savannah Taylor said this. Quote, "When I was little, I have done things like that. My grandpa told me that my mom did that when she was little. So can you guys all imagine you guys as little kids doing that with your parents and then being pulled over by a police officer with guns pointed at your face and you're worried whether you're going to lose your life that day or not? It's sickening and it's sad." And then that's where you get where she said, "I'm shaking right now because I can't imagine that happening to me and my brother." I'm not making fun of Savannah Taylor. I read that just to point out something. Because y'all know, well, I don't know about white folks because I ain't white. But I could speak for myself. Because I damn sure stole shit. At least with my mom in the store. I asked her to buy me a Hot Wheels car. And she said no. So her back was turned. I put that shit in my pocket and we got all the way home. And because I was a child, I thought as a child. And I opened that package and then started playing with it. Not realizing that I just showed her what this car looked like. And she told me no. Next thing you know, I have it at home playing with it. I had to tell her I stole that car. Then she took me back down to the store, took me straight up to the security guard, made me tell him that I stole it, then went out to the parking lot. But before we got in the car, she grabbed a switch off that tree and went to whooping my ass right there in the store parking lot. I won't say it was the last time I stole shit, but children will do that. However, that child, that 4-year-old child, was not the only person to steal something. You don't believe me? Here's a second video for you to look at while I hydrate.
That was caught on camera in Phoenix. This morning, we're learning more about what happened moments before officers drew their guns, threatening a family accused of shoplifting. ABC's Adrienne Bankert has the latest. Good morning, Adrienne.
Good morning, Michael. Yes, police have released new video from inside this store. Now, officers say that originally the couple did not comply with police demands, and also there were concerns that the two were armed. Attorneys for the couple say that their clients have not been charged and that there's absolutely no justification for how this family was treated. This morning, Phoenix police released a new video that shows Aisha Harper and Drayvon Ames, the couple at the center of a controversial encounter with police. In store surveillance video, the family and a now unnamed woman appear to walk out with merchandise they didn't pay for. Police claim the family was shoplifting. In the video, that unnamed woman is seen talking with the couple's daughter, who looks as though she's going to buy something before she throws everything against a shelf. Another angle shows the father allegedly taking a pair of socks and the 4-year-old daughter walking out with a doll.
You're gonna get shot!
Once the family leaves the store, police stop them at a nearby apartment complex. Harper, who is 6 months pregnant, Ames, and their 2 small children held at gunpoint by Phoenix police in this now viral video.
I'm replaying those images of a barrel in my face over and over. I see that a lot.
Harper and Ames say they know their daughter walked out with the doll. It just didn't warrant this response from officers.
When I tell you to do something, do it! I am.
My 1-year-old was injured from the officer. You can see it in the video grabbing her arm.
I think there was an allegation that there was some tinfoil stolen. So that makes it okay, City of Phoenix Police Department, to hold a gun to my client's head.
Now, the police chief has apologized for how the situation was handled. The couple tells me that what de-escalated everything was that other officers arrived as backup, but they still want those 2 officers who originally drew their guns to be fired. And now the couple is suing the city for $10 million. Guys.
All right. Adrienne, thanks.
There. Now, you saw that unless you closed your eyes. In which case, why the fuck are you watching the video? Drayvon and Aisha actually stole items themselves. The police response, well, they didn't know, one, because you heard the story, well, they got word that they might be armed. However, you want to know what could have, avoided this entire situation? If you would not have stolen anything at all. That's right. The media wants to paint you as a victim. Oh my God. And look, they didn't have to pull the guns out on them. They didn't have to treat them like that. You want to know what didn't have to happen? They didn't have to steal shit from the dollar store. If you don't have money to pay for it, then you leave that shit where you found it. I have no sympathy for a motherfucker that commits a crime and wants to complain how they got treated after the fact. Yes, I thought it might have been, it was a little harsh when he's telling her to put that baby down so he could slap some cuffs on her black ass. That's a little harsh. But overall, you got what the fuck you deserved. Police officers are there to keep the peace. They're there to keep order. To make sure the laws are obeyed. That's what they're supposed to do. And if you don't want them to pull a gun on your ass, and don't steal shit from the fucking store. But the media wants to gloss over all of that and just talk about, well, look how they were treated. Look what they did. Now they're talking about litigation against the city. If they win, which they should not, it's you people of Phoenix, if I'm remembering it correctly, that are going to have to pay for that shit. Hold on. Okay. Now let's go into our third clip, but second story really. Happening on May 4th of this year, where 65-year-old Rose Campbell was yanked out of her car in Alpharetta, Georgia, and berated with profanities and arrested after she allegedly refused to sign a traffic ticket for driving in another lane. Well, why talk about it when you could see about it and I could hydrate about it? Have a look.
Arrested in Alpharetta, Georgia. The 65-year-old pulled from her car. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
Hey, you're not in charge! Shut the up and get out of the car!
Police north of Atlanta tonight are accepting the resignation of Officer James Legg, seen here wearing the hat.
No! Are you the supervisor? Damn, like all this is Come on.
And seen repeatedly manhandling a gray-haired grandmother during a traffic stop last Friday.
I need to make it so bad for you. We're calling the supervisor. They've been calling it for 10 minutes. I want the supervisor now.
It started with a ticket. 65-year-old Rose Campbell was pulled over by Alpharetta police for failing to maintain her lane and calling for a supervisor.
Everybody does that. You're going to ask a cop if he gives you a ticket, unless you know you're wrong. You're going to ask why.
Legg was the third officer to arrive. Police suspended him before he quit. In his resignation letter today, Legg defended his action, saying that because of him, they were able to make the arrest. David?
Steve Osunsami, thank you.
Yep. Now you likely thought, oh wow, that was so fucked up. How could they do that to her? Oh my goodness, it's somebody's grandmother. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Old people can be stupid too. That saying with age comes wisdom is bullshit. Just because you get older doesn't mean you get smarter. And that damn sure wasn't smart of Rose Campbell. You want to know why? Well, it appears that in the state of Georgia, if you refuse to sign a ticket, it's against the law for you to refuse to sign a ticket, and refusal to do so will get you arrested. So you want to know what could have de-escalated the situation? Signing that fucking ticket. Sign the damn ticket. Signing a ticket does not mean that you are admitting guilt. You're signing the ticket to acknowledge your receipt of the ticket. Then you could go back to court and argue that shit later. When I bought me a Mustang down there in Georgia, and I tested that motherfucker out 5.0. Let's see how fast it could go. And I was seeing how fast it could go instead of seeing that cop in the rearview mirror who was pacing me for about a mile or two. Not even from Georgia. It's going back to where I lived at. And he wrote that ticket up, and I signed the shit out of it. And then I just sent them some money because it was about 2,000 miles, and I'd be damned if I was coming back to fight that fucking ticket. All of this could have been avoided if, one, she had signed the ticket, as it's law. And if you don't mind being arrested, then fine. Tell them I'm not going to sign the ticket. Then when they say, well, okay, well, get out the car, then you get the fuck out the car, politely put your hands behind your back, and enjoy your trip to jail, Grandma. Once again, black person brought it on themselves. Now, the officer involved in this case And I don't remember his name, and I don't really care because the video is going to be long enough with all these with the commentary and the clips. This is going to be long enough as it is. I will tell you this, he resigned, and he actually defended his actions in his letter of resignation, saying that if not but for his actions, then that arrest may have been incomplete because she was holding on to the seatbelt. He managed to release her arm and then get her other arm and then put both her arms behind the back. So he helped her to get out of the car and helped her to get herself arrested. The reason why he resigned, because they were investigating the shit out of this. I don't know why, but they resign and then apply for a job somewhere else. Oh, well, how come you're no longer working for the Alpharetta Police Department? Well, shit, it's hot down there in Georgia, so I figured I'd come up to Cleveland or, go over to Minnesota or something. Better to quit than be fired. And then they get a job somewhere else. And it's only when they fuck up and kill somebody that they go back and look at the record and say, okay, well, hold up, they resigned instead of getting fired. Let's go on. Well, actually, before we go on to the next one, John Oliver, last week tonight, did a clip on police officers. Go watch that. I believe that's where you can get yourself some good information on them quitting before they get fired so you can get a job somewhere else. And it was entertaining. And finally, March 1st, a white police officer in Boulder, Colorado was caught on cell phone video pulling a gun on a black man picking up trash in his own yard? The fuck? Have a look.
Police encounter in Colorado. You'll remember it. We've showed it to you a few times. A black man confronted by an officer while picking up trash in his own yard. The newly released body cam footage shows how it all started. ABC's Clayton Sandell has the very latest.
I couldn't help but notice you just sitting on the patio out there. What's that? I couldn't help but notice you sitting on the patio behind this building. Yeah.
From calm to chaotic in seconds.
Well, I'm just checking to make sure that you have a right to be here, that's all.
I just told you I lived here.
Okay.
And I told you that I'm working as well.
Okay.
Shouldn't that be enough for you?
Newly released body camera footage shows Boulder police officer John Smiley investigating Zaid Atkinson in March for trespassing after spotting the college student picking up trash in front of his building. The tension rapidly escalates.
Sit down.
I'm not sitting down.
Then you're probably going to get tased in a second.
Why?
Because you have a weapon. Put that down.
I have a weapon?
Put it down and comply with my orders.
Atkinson refuses.
It's filming right now.
You're an idiot.
Have a
Why
seat,
would you
please.
think that you could tase me? I'm freaking picking up trash on my property.
I need to confirm
Which
it.
is where I live.
There's a sign.
I'm not doing anything illegal, and you're not gonna tase me, officer.
A scathing internal affairs investigation finding the officer did not have probable cause to charge Atkinson with any crime and should have ended his contact as soon as Atkinson gave his name and address.
I told you many times to put it down.
And you're holding a gun.
Put it down.
And you're holding a gun.
Sir, put it down.
And you're holding a gun. How do you feel?
Put it down,
How
sir.
do you feel, officer?
More officers arrive, 8 in all, some with guns drawn.
I will not sit down. I refuse to sit down until you guys put your weapons away.
Finally, police confirm Atkinson's story,
Does he live here?
Yes.
Okay.
and the tense 22-minute standoff ends.
So we've decided that we're going to end things at this point. What a surprise. Okay.
Well, I believe that this man had approached me because I'm a black male in an all-white town.
Boulder police claim there was no evidence Atkinson was racially profiled, but say Smiley likely would have still been suspended or fired. Instead, the 14-year veteran quit the force.
Now, Boulder police say Officer Smiley had no prior discipline problems. Now, he will be paid almost $70,000 for vacation and sick days until his resignation is final in February. Atkinson's attorneys say that is unacceptable. They plan on filing a civil rights lawsuit against the city. Michael?
There you go. So you see, in general, actually, no, let me hit on this, and then we'll wrap it all up. In that case, in Boulder, Colorado, there's a term called being dead right. Now, you heard of being dead wrong. It's also one being dead right. You right as a motherfucker, but you still dead. So what does being right do for you then in the grave? That officer in Boulder, Colorado, I don't believe he resigned at this point in time, but he did violate department policy. Internal Affairs is looking at him, and they've already concluded that the officer had no probable cause to ask that unidentified gentleman anything. Not one motherfucking thing. However, once again, dude, I live here. Well, can I see your such and such? Okay, well, hold the fuck on, and I'll tell it to you. But if I tell it to you, I'm gonna file a complaint against your ass because you don't have the right to ask me shit. Cause I live here and I'm picking up trash. Fuck am I do picking up trash? And then the fact that you pulled a gun on me and I've got this clipper. Okay, I'll drop the clipper, alright. There you go, motherfucker. And my name is Shane Black. My address is right the fuck here, apartment 17. And that's my address. Well, do you have your ID on you? No, because I'm on the property where I fucking live. Why the fuck would I have my ID on me? Just look that shit up at the computer and then get ready to answer the dude on Monday, because I'm gonna write the fuck out of a damn complaint and get you fired. Instead, no, I'm not going to give you my name. You don't need to know my name. You don't need to know where I live. Oh, you know I live here, but you don't need to know nothing else about me and blah, blah, blah. Oh shit, now there's 15 of y'all with guns on me. Shoot me, shoot me. This ain't nothing but a clip. But I ain't dropping it, I tell you. What in the world could have been going through that man's mind? He's lucky a bullet didn't go through his mind. But I'll tell you what, as I wrap it up. And that reason is the same reason for pretty much all of these motherfuckers that I've showed you videos of. The media makes you believe that you are the victim. The media is responsible for race baiting. Let me hydrate this out. For my longtime viewers, there's nothing like refreshifying those electrolytes with that special hydrating water infused with vitamins VODKA. But now back to what I was saying. The media is responsible for race baiting. Oh, look, blacks against whites. Oh, look, black people, the police are just violating your rights. Look at them, and they're just pulling guns on you, and there's no reason. And you have rights, black people. And look at you, and you're out in the street, and I'm going to keep showing you stories of black people being defiant to law enforcement and trying to exercise their rights to hold court, their right to hold court in the street, when you have no right to do so. And show you black people who are in the wrong being defiant and resisting law enforcement. And we are going to write this story so that it looks like the black person is in the right and the officers are in the wrong. What I say about the first story, you were stealing. That's why you got a gun pulled on you. Don't steal no gun. What I say about that second story, 65-year-old black woman, sign the ticket, you could be on your way. It's the law. But you want to violate the law and say no. And in that last story, same thing. Yeah, he was in the right. And actually the woman in Miami-Dade to a certain point was in the right. But you have to tone that shit down, and then you take it to the proper venue. You use the proper avenue. File your complaint with the department. If enough complaints are filed, then they'll end up firing that dude. But you don't go hollering and screaming just so you could have some handcuffs slapped on you and a viral video go out of your black ass getting arrested. The news media will get your black ass killed. Obey the law, comply or die. Even if you're dead right, I'd rather be live right instead. It's it, that's all, because with all them damn videos, shit, we probably over 20 minutes. Thank you for welcoming me back, and if you didn't, fuck you.